Que se passe-t-il? Où suis-je? Je suis mort?
Jean. Come join us, Sean. It's all right, Sean.
Oui, je comprends maintenant. Mes amis...
In today's episode of Covering Guns and Blackpowder lore, we'll be going over the newest map in the game, Roscoff. Roscoff is a Guts and Blackpowder theorist and lore enjoyer's dream. There's so much lore and expansion on the timeline here, so let's find out what exactly happens and happened in Roscoff. Remember to like, subscribe, and join my Discord server if you want to attend in huge immersive events. Did all of the above? Good. Now let's get started. Roscoff is a port city in the French region of Brittany, and judging by the look of the city in-game, it has definitely seen better days. The events of Roscoff take place in September 1815. This puts it as the last map chronologically. American ambassador to France, William H. Crawford, who's a real historic person by the way, sends a letter to the US military requesting his evacuation from France. The official Guts and Blackpowder wiki states that shortly prior to the arrival of the US Marines, the city is overrun by the Blight, despite the efforts of a combined French and supposedly also British force. The entire city is ravaged by the Blight. There's corpses of both civilians and soldiers scattered around, and also a familiar face met his demise here. Jean, our friend from the Paris catacombs, has succumbed to the infection and is finished by the players. He did carry a note which reads as follows: "To anyone who has stumbled across my deplorable condition, I thank you for your mercy. To any American troops, your man is being held in a farmhouse outside of the village. To minimize your trouble with the revenants, make for the church. A garrison is stationed there. I do warn you, these times have destroyed our discipline and turned soldiers into marauders. A system of tunnels exists below the church. It connects to the farmhouse. Vive l'Empire de France. Captain Jean-Louis of the 1st Line Regiment." The US Marines are insanely lucky, as a thick fog set in before their arrival, obscuring vision for British patrol frigates, giving the Marines their safe arrival. What's amazing about Roscoff, though, is that the Marines have no idea that there are zombies in Roscoff. They even call them vampires, and I love that. Eventually, the Marines encounter a large church, but the door is blocked by Gregor, or Gregoire if you're French. He's gone a bit mental to say the least. He has an entire British garrison tied up, and some of them even killed in the church, and he refuses to let the Marines in. One of these British prisoners has a note. It reads as follows: "We're starving, waiting to die. It seems like every last townsfolk is dead, and the soldiers aren't going to hold the city much longer. Rumor is they're guarding the docks with their lives for the Yanks. We're being held in the parish, tied to our steeples, waiting to die. Mr. Crawford is being held in a house not far. Supposedly, he's connected to our parish by tunnel. They're waiting to move him." This message took 200 shillings and a Frenchman to get to you. Gregor then rings the church bell to attract nearby zombies to get us killed. It's no wonder that when the door finally budges, Gregor is immediately killed. If you let him live, however, he will beg for mercy and give you clues on Crawford's whereabouts. Dialogue plays a very important role in Roscoff. For example, there will be different dialogue every time you encounter Gregor, and all the different nations have different exchanges on occasion. And when the Marines finally find Crawford, and then he hits one of them with fake, authentic China, he also has some interesting dialogue. For example, he knows the Blight has Russian origins. After finding Crawford and some more French soldiers, the Marines make it back to the USS Constitution. Then all hell breaks loose. The zombies attack from all sides, and nearly every server I join dies at this part. The trick is to hold the docks. Aside from this, Roscoff might just be my favorite map of all time. The setting, the gameplay, and the lore is all chef's kiss. When the ship is made ready for departure and the ordinary shamblers are dealt with, there's a loud banging coming from under the white trapdoors. The USS Constitution has had a crew of up to 500 sailors at its peak. Now, they've all fallen to the Blight, and they're all out to get us. How the Blight got there is a mystery to me, and why the Marines only send 20 men when they have that many below deck is also a mystery to me. However, the Marines fight off this threat, and Crawford presumably is returned to the US. In any case, surviving the map in one life gives you the "Don't Give Up the Ship" badge, and having Crawford survive the entire time gives you the "Search and Rescue" badge. But do you know what this implicates? Do you know what this could start? There's no way 0 of the surviving folk from Roscoff is not infected. If they're headed to the USA, or even the UK to drop off the Brits, the Blight will 100% absolutely surely get there. But we'll have to wait till the future to find out what happens to the USS Constitution and its crew. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.